Welcome back, everybody. So, The Predator 2018 movie review. Now, I went into this movie really excited, really on board. From the trailers got released in the last few months, and I've literally just finished watching it, and I'm actually really disappointed. And here's the reasons why. Number one, the plotline is actually very predictable in this movie. It's not hard to follow. It's a bit scrappy in places. There's a lot of emphasis on a small kid at the start of this movie, and you know that he's going to play a massive key role at some point in this movie, which once again you can kind of guess what he's going to do in this movie. Also, the ending of this movie is very predictable, and the reason why it's predictable is that halfway through the movie you do get subtle hints, so when they actually do deliver the end scene, you're actually like, well, it's not really a surprise because you kind of told me halfway through the movie. So like I said, I get what they're trying to do with this storyline. I just found it very predictable. There wasn't really much of a surprise in this storyline. And to be honest with you, it's just like alien, soldiers, big alien, guns, firefight. That's basically what it was. It just seriously lacked something for me in this movie. And plus, the end scene of this movie reminded me of Independence Day 2 a lot. So, that's one of my bugbears. My second bugbear in this movie is the serious overuse of comedic factor in here. I did not find it funny. I did hardly found any of the comedic moments in this funny in any way, shape or form. To be fair, it actually kind of spoilt the tone for the movie, because you have to remember this is still a Predator movie. There is still a serious tone here. That Predator comes down, hunts for sport. Like I said, with the storyline, there is a storyline that goes with this, which does remind me of Independence Day 2 a lot. But when you're using so much comedic factor in this, it didn't work for me. And when you give a Predator a moment of comedic factor, I was like, don't do that again. Because it just didn't work. I didn't like it in any way, shape or form. And that overuse of comedy really spoiled the tone of this movie. This could have been a lot more of a serious movie and a lot better movie if they just really kind of got rid of most of it, to be fair. Most of this comedy that they tried to put in. So that side of it I just didn't enjoy either. Now, number three, going on to my biggest bugbear out this whole of this movie. The first 30 minutes of this movie, if you take away the comedic factor of this, is actually an enjoyable watch. The smaller Predator in this is actually really good. I like the way he moved. I was really enjoying watching him. And then they introduced this big ass huge Predator and all that kind of stuff, and literally comes along and rips the smaller Predator's head off. Sorry, that is a spoiler, but to be fair, it was blatantly going to be like that anyway. And I was just like, well, that's shit. You know, everything after that point, it didn't even feel like a Predator movie. It just felt like a load of people in a wood shooting at something, and then every now and again a Predator would pop up and kill a few people. And that's basically what it felt like. It didn't have, after that first 30 minutes, it just lost all of its feel. And it just, I know it sounds like I'm being harsh, but this movie could have been a lot better than what it was. And the fact that I get the point of the bigger Predator. He's this new super Predator. He's massive, he's strong and all that kind of stuff. And he can take on anybody and any other Predator and all that kind of stuff. But the fact is that the smaller Predator didn't even really put up a fight. I would rather have seen him run away and then try and help the humans throughout this movie, trying to beat this big Predator. I would have enjoyed that a lot more than this bigger Predator coming along and then ripping his head off. I was just like, nah, this has just destroyed it again. Because they had exactly the same in the Predator movie with which starred Adrien Brody. Sorry. And it spoils the movie for me, to be fair. When you take away a Predator that I've grown up with, and it's like, it could have been just so much better. And honestly, if I was to rate this movie, and I'm not even getting into the performances of this, because the performances were just like, meh. And they were, to be fair, there wasn't a performance in there which I actually particularly enjoyed throughout the whole of the movie. So if I was to rate this movie, I'd only have to give it a 4 out of 10. The only reason why it's getting a 4 out of 10 is because of that first 30 minutes. that first 30 minutes where you see the smaller predator doing its thing and all that kind of stuff is actually quite an enjoyable watch. The rest of that movie, for me personally, I did not enjoy personally for these reasons. So on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below. Did you enjoy this movie? Did you not enjoy this movie? Do you think it's a good movie? Please feel free to tell me. Put it in the comments down below. So I hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care and goodbye.